I made a major boo-boo with my watermelon transplants, and I want to share that with you today so that you don't make the same mistakes I did. So I did a lot of things right. I mean, I used one 162 tray, which I really like for growing watermelons. I used a good potting mix. I transplant them just the right depth there, and I covered them with vermiculite. Now my greenhouse is really full, so I was kind of working in overload situation here. So I set up my germination mats inside my shop there on the floor because I didn't have any more room in the greenhouse because, man, I got all kind of things going on, tomatoes and peppers, and I knew I needed to get my watermelons started. So I set me up some germination mats inside of my shop where it stays, a pretty good temperature there. The shop is insulated. Laid them on the floor there, and I wrapped them with saran wrap like we've been doing here lately. And we've really been promoting that. You can see right here. See there, we wrap that good. And what that does is keeps that humidity trapped in to that tray. Now one of the biggest things about seed starting is humidity. Now you want to keep a good temperature, and on our germination mats, it has the temperatures laid out there, what temperature you want to germinate at, but humidity is a biggie also. For humidity, we like to wrap this saran wrap, and I use this big roll because that's what we use in the shop. Now, everybody may not have this. I get that. You can buy the saran wrap at the dollar store for $1, and it'll do the same thing. This bigger roll is what I got. It's what I'm going to use. Both of them serve the same purpose. Now, this can be a little tricky to do by yourself. Now what this does is it keeps that humidity inside that tray there. I water it real good before I wrap it. Where I got this idea from is the commercial greenhouse growers. What they do is they come off the seeding line, there's a pallet there, and they stack them all on a pallet. When the pallet gets completely full, then they wrap it, this right here, and they put it in the germination room. So I thought, well, that same thing will work in our world. We don't have all that fancy equipment if we just wrap the tray, and it does work well. So if we got it nice and wet inside, and then we wrap it in this plastic and we put it on a germination mat, we can mimic what the professional grower does by having all this fancy equipment here. It normally takes about 4 to 5 weeks to grow out a watermelon from seed to ready to plant in the garden transplants. I knew I was running out of time, so I had to get them in. I laid out my germination mat in my shop. I seeded them perfectly. I wrapped them. I did 2 flats of yellow dolls, and I did 2 flats of sangrias. Exactly what I wanted. So I called my buddy at the greenhouse and I said, how long do I need to keep these wrapped, or how long do you keep yours in the germination room? And he said, 2 days on watermelons. I said, I got it, no problem. So I do everything perfect, wrap them, seed them, put them in the room there, and my 2 days is up Saturday, okay? So Saturday is my 2 days is up, time to take them out. Well, you know what happened? Life happens. My neighbor comes down here and says, Greg, you want to go fishing? I said, well, yeah, I think I would. Nice, pretty day. I've got most of my chores caught up. And I thought to myself, those watermelons will wait another day. What's another day? So I went fishing, and then I come back Sunday morning and I said, I better check on those watermelons. Because my buddy told me 2 days, and now it's 3 days. And this is what I found. So when I walked in there to check on them, and I seen this right here, I knew I was in trouble. Well, we think we're in trouble. Let's cut into it and see just what it looks like. With people growing their own garden and food, we have to do things as we can sometimes, and time doesn't always work on our side. Look at there. This is bad. All right, so this is Sangria watermelon. See there, I got my little garden marker. And this is 3 days from planting in the tray. And look at there. See how leggy that is? Now I had these out of light. It didn't matter because I had the plastic on there, so it wouldn't matter. But when you're germinating seeds, you don't need light. All you need is heat and humidity. See there how leggy I got? This is pretty much a failure. These plants I don't think are going to grow off right. So just that extra 24 hours caused this issue here. If I would have took them off yesterday, man, it'd probably been perfect. Because what I wanted, if you see right here, that one there's just coming out. That's what I wanted right there. Once you get to this stage right here, you got problems. So this is my yellow doll. I did the exact same time, but you know, they didn't sprout as quick as the Sangria does. 3 days old, but that's pretty much perfect what you want. Now I got that one there's a little tall on me. The rest of them are just now sprouting. So I think I'll be able to salvage my yellow dolls. So I've been growing watermelons a long time, long time. Let's just say that I'm in my later 50s, and even I make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. I learn all the time. And this is one of them right here. Now, one thing I do know, if you throw good time after bad results, you're backing up. So what I'm going to do is throw these away, and I'm going to start over again. Now, if you're going to use this method here, which I'm going to tell you works great, you need to make sure you check everything and keep an eye out. Now, on watermelons, 48 hours. On tomatoes, 3 days. On peppers, up to 5 days. But you want to keep an eye on them. If you see anything sprouting in there, cut your plastic off. Lesson learned here is take care of your garden chores first before you go fishing. And the bad thing is, we didn't even catch any fish. If you want to learn more about vegetable gardening and growing your own food, check this out.